And then I know that you're an expert with RNA viruses. So how can like how concerned are you about the variants of COVID and how it could like prolong the pandemic and the public health measures that we have to take?
Yeah, I think I'm not I'm not as concerned of the variants as much as perhaps the overall scientific community has been, because they have discovered variants for the first time through COVID, and through this pandemic. Uh, it's a rather fascinating time scientifically, because it's the only time we have been able to actually sequence in real time and observe the emergence of variants as they are happening and not in retrospect. For every other
Oh, okay.
for every other world pandemic or very large epidemic that's gone through many different countries that I've studied, this emergence of variants has also happened. It's only that we only caught the last one, and we only know at the end what won. We didn't see the battle of variants happening in the beginning that led to that. An example,
Oh, interesting.
if we look at the emergence of chikungunya virus, which happened, there were two large worldwide or multi-continent epidemics that occurred since year 2000. There's Zika virus, which came through. There is Ebola virus, which went through many countries in Africa. And in all those situations, we actually have a little bit of anecdotal evidence that the genotype, or the strain, the virus at the end that we sequenced, is different from the one that was circulating many years before. And we have some data that suggests that those changes have allowed that virus to better infect a host, whether it be the vector that carries it, or maybe the human, and helps transmission. The thing is, we don't have every week intervals during all of that. We don't have the sequences to see this kind of emergence and battle of variants that we are seeing right now in real time with the coronavirus. So I think
Right.
in the end, probably what will happen is that one of them will eventually emerge and be the one that then continues and eventually disappears. It will not be endless, because there are only, we're seeing it, there's only a few different ways that this thing can get better at what it's doing. And so the same mutations seem to appear around the world on different lineages, but it tends to
Yeah.
be the same thing. Because even though there's thousands of nucleotides that can change, a virus only has a couple of ways to get better at what it's doing, starting from where it started. So either, now the question that remains to be answered is, so with these variants, in the end, will there be one that pretty much dominates and then disappears, and we won't see coronavirus again, at least this one? Or will it continue to kind of evolve gently, chasing or being chased by our own immune system and vaccines into something more like influenza, which is a yearly changing virus that has to be, and for which the vaccine also has to be updated. And maybe that can last a longer time, and it's only every decade or so that that will disappear and then be replaced by an entirely new virus from the same family. Those are the
Yeah.